So Carol, what do you like about owning a bed and breakfast?
One is getting to share the house with others who appreciate it. Of course, one is living here, which is a beautiful place to live. Kind of an oasis in the middle of the rest of the world and the rest of the town. We meet really interesting people. So far we've met a juggler, an astronaut, a member of a famous rock band, people from all walks of life, and they all come together, and we get to share their enjoyment, their celebrations. They come for anniversaries and weddings and birthdays.
What's the historical significance of Rose Hill?
Well, the land that Rose Hill sits on was owned originally by James Fenimore Cooper, who did not live here, but at one point owned quite a bit of land around Marshall. The first builder of the house was Edward Butler, and he built it in 1860. The most famous person to live here was William Boyce, who lived here in the 1890s, and this was actually his summer home. He came from Pennsylvania. He lived in Chicago and Ottawa, Illinois. He had a hunting lodge out west, and he was worth $20 million at the turn of the last century. But he's memorable not for that, but for founding the American Boy Scouts in 1910. And Mr. Boyce was responsible for some improvements to the house, including the first indoor bathroom to the house, and some other more decorative touches. The house has been a B&B since we bought it in 97 and moved in 98 and opened in 1999.
As an innkeeper, how do you retain your privacy?
Well, for one thing, the house is very large, and so even if all the rooms are filled with guests, there's still room left over for everybody to have a certain measure of privacy. We have 6 guest rooms, double occupancy, but the house is 6,000 square feet, and it has parlors and extra spaces that guests can use besides staying in their room all the time the way they would in a hotel. For us, we have the third floor entirely to ourselves, and so that's our retreat. And we never stop to think what the guest relationship would be like. We didn't worry about that, and as it turned out, that was fine because by and large they have been lovely, much better than I would have anticipated if I had stopped to think about it.
Jerry, can you tell us about the potential you see in a wedding venue and opportunity for business here?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. When we first opened, we didn't do a lot of weddings, but the last few years it's just picked up dramatically. So now a major part of our income is from weddings. I think it's partly due to the economy, because we can offer an economical and beautiful wedding for about the same price that it costs to rent a hall alone anywhere else. We do weddings outside in the gazebo in the summertime and even late into the fall on occasion. And were I a little younger, I would put up a wedding pavilion here, which actually extends from the fence. All these trees belong to us, going all the way over to the next street. So there's actually 5.5 acres back there. But I would certainly put up a wedding pavilion for bigger weddings.